día que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Llorar, llorar, llorar y llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero
I, with Skyd, have had the privilege to travel around the world and see the ultimate communities in these different countries, and it's very interesting and rewarding, and I'm always, at least have been lately, on the lookout for those sorts of opportunities for myself and for Skyd to be able to share a bit about what's going on in the world of Ultimate.
Meeting Malaki was a really interesting story. I was on vacation in Mexico in October of 2011, and I was looking on Facebook for maybe a pickup game to find when I was down here. I didn't have any cleats, but found Malaki on Facebook and saw they had practice in 15 minutes from the time that it was now in Querétaro. I grabbed my disc, jumped on one of the crazy Mexican buses and bussed over. When I got there, I didn't see anyone. So I did the international sign of, hey, I'm an Ultimate player, which is picking up your disc and waving it around in the air. So I was sitting there waving my disc, and I see these kids off in the distance yelling, and I'm like, those must be Ultimate players.
We were like, well, he's an American guy with a Frisbee? Yeah. And we invited him to train with us, and it was a great experience.
So coincidentally, when I went to their training, I found out that they were doing a clinic in Mexico City with some players from the US and Canada. And I thought, wow, this is crazy. What a coincidence. Maybe I can go with them to the clinic, because that'd be super fun. I was having such a good time. So I turned that into an article for Skyd, which was very, very well received. And it was about Malaki, a little bit about the clinic. And since that article came out, I stayed in touch with all the players from Malaki. Mexican players are huge on Facebook. They all added me as friends. So seeing all the videos and photos they were uploading, I saw that they were doing better and better, and they were winning tournaments, and they won co-ed nationals, and I thought, this is incredible.
At the beginning of the year, I spoke with Liam to the possibility of coming to Mexico, and he decided to play with us.
At one point, Liam just kind of mentioned to me that he was going down to Mexico to play with Malaki and maybe coach them a little bit, and I thought that would be really cool. That sounds like something that I'd want to do, and I asked him if I could join him as a player and as someone maybe that could coach a little bit.
Then he asked me if some of his friends can come with him and to teach us and to train with us and probably play with us regionals and nationals. And I was like, well, that is a genius.
And Liam came back to me and said, it's on. So I got really excited and decided, great, I'm gonna come down and play and coach with Malaki, play at regionals and then definitely nationals as well.
So Elliot was confirmed, and it sort of snowballed from there. We got the idea, instead of just playing with them, to actually look at their videos on YouTube and see how they were playing, look at some of their opponents, and try to give them an idea of how to play better as a team using some of our experience that we had gathered internationally. So that's how the whole project got started.
Before coming to Mexico, I did not know much about Malaki. I knew that they had seen some success, and I knew that they had challenges as a team, be it finding field space or getting numbers to come out. I knew that they had lost in a final to another team from Mexico, Fènix, and I knew it was not a particularly close game. I watched some of the game footage of Malaki playing, and also this season, Seattle Voodoo had a couple players from Fènix out for about a month, and they practiced with us. So I kind of got a feel for what players in Mexico can do and what they know.
I think the big difference between Fènix and Malaki was the experience. They used to play finals, and that was our very first final in open category. And we did a lot of mistakes, bad throws.
So those challenges that Liam presented to me were familiar challenges. and things that I definitely understood going in.
This year is very important for Malaki because since the beginning of the year we make a plan with 3 pillars. The first pillar was to improve our fitness. The second pillar, we look to make us an official team. So we established an association, a legal association by the Mexican laws. And the third pillar was to organize our trainings.
After being in Mexico for a few days now and having already played a league game with them and having coached a practice, there are a couple things that definitely stand out about Malaki that are really awesome. Malaki is a very talented team in that they are very athletic. They make big plays. They make big plays in the air. They have great layouts. They're quick.
It's incredible being back here and seeing the difference in just 2 years of how much they've improved.
In every single match we face and in every single tournament we played, we are looking to get better. And I think this will be a great opportunity for all the team to break our frontiers.
I think that the stereotype that we have of Ultimate in Latin America is players with lots of emotion, players that maybe don't value the disc as much as we do in the US. But with Malaki, I didn't see as much of that. Elliot and I coming down here had sort of developed a plan, and we want Malaki to win nationals. We think they have a very, very good shot, and we're going to be here for the next month preparing them to do so. They need to maintain themselves mentally tough. They need to believe that they can beat any of these teams out there.
Par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ese lunar que tienes.
Bueno, pues bienvenidos al torneo regional norte. Y bueno, esto es parte de lo que hemos planeado durante un año. Aquí se van a ver reflejados parte de los esfuerzos que hemos venido haciendo desde enero, ya sean pocos, muchos, personales o de equipo. Es lo único que quiero que tengan en cuenta siempre. Jugar con el mejor espíritu posible, y el espíritu simplemente es respetar las reglas y tratar de ganarle al rival. Vamos a echar un gritito. Venga, venga. Completo, puros locos, malacos locos, el nivel, el grande, Quique, el grande. 3, 2, 1. ¡Puros locos, malacos locos! ¡El nivel, el grande, Quique, el grande!
De la sierra morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ese lunar que tiene, cielito lindo junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 ay. De la sierra morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ese lunar que tiene, cielito lindo junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 ay. Porque cantan cielito lindo los corazones.
The most important thing that Malaki has, talking about the spirit, is the history of one of our players. The name of our player was Kike. Kike was an amazing player, ultimate player. He was explosive. He used to lay it out awesome, but unfortunately he died in a car accident like 2 years ago. And well, we think that Kike is with us in every training, every tournament, and every championship.
Nosotros somos un equipo nuevo, como se dan cuenta, tenemos poco tiempo entrenando, pero yo creo que en un año más o menos ya estaremos a nivel de todos los equipos mexicanos y más adelante pues ya extranjeros, que es donde está el nivel del Grande.
He told the camera guy one phrase that marked us, that is our warrior cheer, El Nivel, El Grande. He was speaking about the growing of Malaki, that we were a bad team, a rookie team, but in 1 year or 2 years we will be at the top Mexican level, and in 3 or 4 years probably we will compete at the top international teams, where is the level, the grade, El Nivel, El Grande.
Okay, regionals went good for Malaki because we practiced a lot, some specific offensive system and some defensive plays. So we went to regionals prepared for that, and I think it was a good move because all the teams that we faced didn't represent a challenge for us, and that represent for us a ticket to nationals. Now we are today in semifinals. We are very focused in this game, and we don't mind the final now. This is our game, and we have to win this game to think in the next play. But I think we can make it.
A lot of teams that haven't played a lot or haven't worked on some strategy, they rely on athleticism and just throwing the disc up. We've seen that over and over again. We don't need to do that. We have super athletic players, we have great throwers, I know we do. I just saw our last game and we destroyed that team by running our system, by making easy shots pretty much the entire time. This team has come such a far way from what I've seen in such a short period of time. And that speaks to how good you guys are and how confident you should be in yourselves going into this game. I don't really know who that team is. I don't care. We've seen them play. It doesn't matter. They're a different team from where they were last year, and this is definitely a different team. This is a completely different world. But this is just one other game. That's all it is. Just like we approached every other game, looking at those new challenges and defeating those new challenges, that's just what this is. All we need to do is play our game. There is no other team on the field but us. They're gonna do whatever they want to do, and we'll adjust. We've talked about all the things that we'll need to do. Don't worry about it yourself. This is just trust at this point. We're trusting our team.
Somos un equipo y tenemos que confiar en todos. Vamos por este partido.
¡Más cerca el stack, aceites!
If we approached any other game this weekend like that, I think we'd all say, yeah, we're probably gonna just come right back and crush them. That's all it's gonna take with this team, just like everyone else. If we keep fighting and try our best to stick to our system, we're gonna do everything that we wanted to do.
A ver, estamos jugando muy bien. Es el partido más cerrado que hemos tenido en toda la temporada y solo están a 2. Nosotros hemos tenido muchas oportunidades, muchas, cerca de la zona de anotación. Repito, paciencia. Es lo fundamental que hemos aprendido durante toda esta temporada. Paciencia, apliquémosla cerca, bueno, siempre, pero más en la zona de anotación. Si están en la zona de anotación, tómense 2 o 3 segundos. Respiren profundo, clarifiquen su mente y encuentren a su mejor amigo y dénsenla fácil. Eso es lo único que tenemos que hacer. ¿Sale? Venga, 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 venga.
¡Dale, dale, dale! ¡Arriba, arriba!
Kind of forgetting everything that we've done, everything that we've practiced, and I'm guilty of it just as much as everyone else. Let's go back to our set on offense. I'm not concerned about our offense scoring. We're going to get that, and then we're going to get a bunch of breaks. Offensively, we need to be calmer. We need to get to the stack and set up, and then make our cuts. Our dumps need to set up. We're looking patiently, and then throwing our dumps. We're letting them dictate the game speed because they're really aggressive on the mark and they're like, ah! But let's play our game. We'll slow it down to our speed and we're gonna get open. We're gonna score easy.
Bend no under, bend no under.
Abajo, abajo, Chime. Venga, Chime, ahí con él, Chime. Ahí con él. ¡Oh!
Exacto, ahí.
The final was, it started off exactly how I thought it would. We had some intensity, we had some focus, and we got a break right away. And I thought that was going to be the story of the rest of the game. Fènix, I think, scored the next one, but and I think they might have gotten a couple breaks right away after we had gotten that first break. But our offense worked really hard. We started scoring again, and our defense was forcing them to do exactly what we wanted them to do, which was huck it deep, because we knew they were going to do that. They did have some great athletes that picked some discs up, which we knew was going to happen too. And defensively, I think we were doing all right. Offensively, we were having some trouble running the system, and I know I certainly stepped out of it myself.
It was a very difficult game. I think the most difficult game we had this year, for sure. Fènix played very well. They faced us and they rolled their defense pretty well. We also had some pretty nice defense. But I think we missed one thing: patience.
That being said, when we hit half at 8-6, I was supremely confident that we were going to come back and beat them. Coming out of that half, we were on fire. Our offense was looking pretty decent. We put up some good shots that were caught, and Fènix was looking tired and dead. And I didn't think that they had anything left in the tank. So we were firing, battling back and forth. We had an unfortunate turn. Had a couple turns, but unfortunate turn in our own end zone that allowed them to eventually get a score and put them up 10-8. I didn't really care. I thought we had a lot of game left. So we took the field again, played our point.
Unbeknownst to me at that point, the game was over. It was already hard cap. We had no way to come back because it was going to be a next point win situation. So I got back to the line and I was thinking, okay, that's okay. Game to 11, we can score 3 more points. And then Rito said, hey, cap. And I said, cap? What do you mean cap? Finals don't have caps. And I realized, oh yeah, all the games have caps. We're done. So I just said, okay. I mean, at that point, I was definitely disappointed, but I was happy, and I just tried to concentrate on playing the next point. After the game, I thought I would be more disappointed than I was, because the whole time after Ivan's point, after running on the field, after seeing that our spirits, the spirits of everyone on the team and the mood of everyone on the team was so jubilant, even though we had lost the game. I was just thinking of how much work we put in the last month, how much system we brought to the team, and how much the team had improved. And I think I reflected on something that Elliot had said before the game.
We're not here to win this game. We're here to fight every point and run our system every point. If we win, great. If we lose, great. We're here to get better and keep being the best that we can be. So that's the attitude I want in this game, approaching it point by point, doing our best in that point. I don't even care what the score is going to be. It'll be over when they tell us it's over, or when we tell them it's over.
And so reflecting on all that, I started to smile, and I was happy. I congratulated Fènix. I thought they played a great game. I thought the spirit was amazing. We played a spectacular final. We had the full audience cheering us on every single play. It was the most intense and the most fun final I've ever played in my life.
I look back at it and I realized that it was a really, really good year for Malaki.
This team is, in such a short period of time, has become an extended family in some ways. And, I think ultimate players talk a lot about buying into a team or buying into ideas, and I'm absolutely bought into what this team stands for, what Toruko embodies in his leadership and drive, and what all these young players have in talent and desire to get better.
Malaki has some plans in the future. All our players are like 19 or 20 years old. Obviously, we have future and we have too much time to improve our game. And the next thing is continue with our trainings, continue to look forward the best coaches, the best plays, the best videos in internet, and probably to have the opportunity to play some tournament in the States, maybe. I am really proud of my team because we reached our main goal, although it wasn't enough to get the national title, but we were too close. We were just like 1 point apart of it. But I am really happy with that result.
In the end, this experience was incredibly rewarding, and as much as it may have been for Malaki, that's what they tell me, it was certainly an important experience for me. And I know that Malaki is going to continue to grow and get better and seek out ways to get better too. What's incredible is how young this team is, and their ceiling is so high. So I can only imagine how high they will reach. And when they do, it's going to be something special.